Hello and welcome to Master Your Mindset with your host, Isis Foster. This is the place to be for anyone who is on a personal development journey. I will be sharing with you my own mindset hacks and personal past experiences. Please subscribe and share if you enjoy what I'm about to share with you and you've taken value from it. You never know who may need to hear it. No matter who we are, what we do for a living and who we're surrounded with, we are all experiencing our own different versions of life, and that is what makes the world so beautiful. We are all so diverse, all come from different backgrounds, all have been raised with different cultures and different peoples and different beliefs and morals around us, and coming all together allows us to take our lives to the next steps. So like attracts like. You may have heard this saying before. I've definitely heard it multiple times. And it wasn't until about a year ago when I really understood what it meant. What you put out to the universe, how you show up, how you make others feel will always come back to you. Maybe not in that present moment, but in the future and moments to come. Have you ever been in a situation where you have felt that you've done so much for someone and they are being rubbish to you, and you're like, I don't understand why they're being like this to me, like I'm so nice to them, only for the walls to kind of come down and to the universe to mix up a little bit and for the situation to change, and you're like, oh my goodness, like that time I was really nice to them and they were really hard on me. That's not actually a reflection of me, that's a reflection of them. So when I say like attracts like, it means that whatever you put out to the world, however you show up for other people and make them feel, that is always going to be coming back to you. So believe that what you put out will always be rewarded in the future to you. Like I said, it may not happen straight away, but the universe works in magnificent ways and it will be coming back to you at some point. So why not enjoy where you are right now? Instead of hating on it, I see so many people, me included at times, wanting to rush past their current situations. We get it. Life can sometimes be such a struggle. Sometimes there's really hard situations that we're put in front of and we don't know how to handle them. But these situations make us stronger. And it's all about how you overcome obstacles. The way you view the different bumps that are going to come up in your life, because it's inevitable that we're all going to come across them. The way you handle these hard times and these challenges shapes you as a person. There is not a single person on this earth who hasn't felt some sort of struggle at some point in time, who hasn't wanted to give up at one moment in their life, or someone who wanted to wish a situation away because it was really tough. But have you ever felt that moment when you kind of when you come out of a really hard time and you look back on how much of a struggle it was for you at that time, and you're just so proud of yourself? Like, I can think of at least 5 different situations in my life when they've been super hard, and in the moment you always think, oh my goodness, like how am I ever going to get through this? But then miraculously, you somehow always do. And those situations shape you. Yes, it's nice to have an easy ride in life and to not struggle mentally or financially or anything like that. But if you do go through those hardships, it's the hardships which shape you and allow you to become a stronger person. There's not really any growth in having a plain sailing trip. You only really grow when you're put in those hard situations and you have to grow out of them. So when you look back at your journey, you'll often find that different parts of your journey connect. Like, have a moment, even pause this podcast if you have to think about this. But have you ever been through a really hard time, but the hard time has led you to a good time, and you almost think like, if I didn't go through that hard time, then I wouldn't have found this good time? Because I know, like, thinking about it now, there have been so many instances where I've really struggled in a certain situation, but then I've come out the other end and I look back and I'm like, if that hadn't have happened to me, that wouldn't have happened. For example, I'll give you a really good example, and a lot of you will probably resonate with this as well. Like, let's say you're in a relationship and the relationship isn't serving you as best as you want it to. Maybe the other person has changed a little bit. Maybe you've grown and you've kind of outgrown the relationship and you're just kind of on different paths at the moment, and you decide to end that relationship. Ending a relationship, yes, oh my goodness, heartbreak. Ending relationships, not seeing that person that you're used to seeing every single day, so hard. But when you finally come out the other end and your heart heals and you've taken the time to work on yourself and to grow, and then you finally meet someone who's on the same path as you and wants the same things as you, and you want to grow together, like, how many of you can say that the hardship wasn't worth the good time at the end? Because I know I would go through that hardship a million times over to feel the good time at the end of that tunnel. So these hard times, let me tell you one thing, and this is going to be the most important point of this whole podcast today. The tough situations and the hard experiences we've experienced in the past, never ever thought that we would ever come out of, they always pass. If you're listening to this podcast right now and you've been through a really hard time, really struggled and didn't really see a light at the end of the tunnel, but you're listening to this podcast right now, you made it. You made it to the end of the tunnel and you're here listening to this and you're wanting to grow. So not only did you come out of the hard time, you're now on a personal development journey with yourself and you're wanting to improve your mental health and your mindset around everything and the world around you. And guys, that is a beautiful place. It is the best place to be. Like I've mentioned so many times, I've been on my personal development journey now for over 2, coming up 3 years. And I look back at where I used to be and how I would have dealt with situations compared to how I deal with them now. And the advice I give to other people. And I'm like, wow, like if even the teenage version of me could see me now, like, it's crazy. The amount of growth that can happen when you're willing to work on yourself is undescribable. So wherever you are in life right now, whatever you're doing, maybe you're in a challenging relationship, maybe you want to leave but you don't know how, or maybe you're having financial struggles and you're doing everything you can but nothing seems to be budging. Like, guys, the time will come if you show up for yourself every single day, embrace all of the things that you can embrace in your life, because with every bad thing, there will be good things around you. If you're listening to this right now, you have Spotify or iTunes, and that is more than half of the world has. So be grateful that you've got a mobile phone. Be grateful for the internet connection, because so many countries don't have that. Be grateful for all the people you have around you, who you're able to help and able to share this knowledge with, because without knowing every single thing in your life, whether it be an object or the people or your experiences or your hard times or your financial status, like, all of these things are creating your story. So this is the story of your life, and it's so beautiful because it is only yours. There are no two people in the world who will ever or have ever had exactly the same story. We can be put in exactly the same situation, but the way we interpret those situations and our outcomes will always be completely different, because we are all human beings and there are no two human beings that will have the same mindset or the same outcome or think of a situation in the same way. So wherever you are right now, just embrace it, because this is your current reality. And you never know when it's going to be mixed up. And I think that is one of the most beautiful things in life. If you sit there, whatever your situation is, and you absolutely hate on it, chances are you're not going to be doing anything to change it, because you're just going to be too busy and too focused moaning about the situation. And don't forget, guys, when I say like attracts like, it can also work the opposite way. So the more hatred or burdens or anger you put on a particular situation, I promise you now, the worse that situation is going to become. So embrace whatever your situation is right now. Say your gratitudes, be grateful, be open to receiving more, but be so super grateful for everything that you have going well in your life, because the moment you appreciate everything that is going well for you, that is the moment the universe rewards you with more good stuff. So I hope this has helped you. And I hope this is giving you a light at the end of the tunnel. If you are going through a hard time, this is my message to you, that the hard time will pass. You will come out stronger than you went into that hard time. Keep being a light in the world. Help those around you, because like attracts like. And the more we help other people, the more you're able to help yourself. But make sure you are always filling up your cup first. And you're taking a moment to be grateful for everything that is going well in your life, and allowing room to upgrade all those things which aren't where you want them to be right now, because life can change in a nanosecond. And the beautiful thing is, we don't know when it's going to change. It keeps us on our toes. The adrenaline keeps us going in life. But we're all doing an amazing job. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you do, I believe in you. Thank you for listening. If you've loved what I've shared with you today, please give me a tag on Instagram at IsisFoster1 and share it with those around you. You never know who may need to hear it. Don't forget to follow me on here so you never miss an episode. I hope you have a beautiful day.